Reality pedagogy is about cogenerative dialogues, co-teaching, cosmopolitanism, understanding context, understanding content, and having healthy competition, and then curation. And I think if you do all those 7 things as an educator, you're better off. So cogenerative dialogues are conversations with who?
With yourself.
With ourselves first.
Yes.
About who we are, what we're going to do, and what our plan of action is going to be for the day. And then you couple that with knowing how to listen.
It can seem really confusing and really complex, this idea of the chakras. Have you guys heard of the chakras? You know all about the chakras? You got your chakra necklace? Exactly. What it really is different ways to quantify energy in the body.
And you couple that with knowing that you belong in a classroom or in a space.
And so in my work, what is most fascinating to me is that each of these chakras have a right.
And you couple that with having a voice.
Each 7 of these points have a right attached to them.
I mean, the 7 C's of reality pedagogy merge so brilliantly with the 7 rights of the body. And when they come together, you're a better human being, but also a better educator.
Everyone stand up in their seat, or stand up.
My name is Tanya Birl-Torres.
And just start to move throughout the space.
I am a choreographer.
Just walking throughout the space.
A movement director.
So now we're getting all that energy that we've created in the body. We're moving it around. Maybe stretch your arms, whatever you want to do.
A systems change facilitator.
I create spaces. I know how to create a container. Energy in motion.
My work is always to train teachers to understand how to do their work better. I am a physical anthropobiochemist. So my training is in science as it's supposed to be, like this objective discipline that gives us all the answers. You know, men lie, women lie, numbers don't, information doesn't, right? If I conduct research, I'll be objective and look at the phenomena. It's just the data, it's just the numbers. This is my entire training, my whole entire life, until I got to the point where I realized that it was all a flawed perspective. It's important work because we know that all these teachers have all these amazing credentials. They come from schools of education who've prepared them to teach, but have not prepared them to be whole, full, effective pedagogues.
There's 3 specific bodies that they talk about and that I use in my work. So the first body is the earth body. And so the earth, or what we stand on, or what our feet are planted on, there's an actual it's a living, breathing thing. You don't even know what kind of space you step into. Sometimes you're stepping into trauma or energy or something that you don't even carry with yourself, and you don't even know you're in it. And how do you not know if you can't stop for a second and feel into it? Lastly, there's something called the social body, which to me is really fascinating. And it's like this antenna that all of us have that feel out to everybody else.
Teachers know that I like to think outside the box in terms of how we approach this work. And it was a new phenomenon for me to think about the dynamic of the body speaking to the brain versus the brain speaking to the body. So we had some activities to kind of figure out how that works.
Up we go, move our stuff to the side.
Even in the activity where we had to hold a moment of tension and then figure out how to get out of it was a very powerful one. Because I have so many points of tension, because I have so many things to think about, and I know teachers do too. There's so many elements to this work around the caring for a child, the teaching, and are they receiving what I'm actually trying to give you? The 1,000 points of sort of reference that they have to think about in terms of how to serve children well.
There's tears, there's hugs, there's high fives, but as a choreographer, I could almost like create a dance based off what I'm seeing. Literally, I'm seeing like
so much wrapped in what they're discussing, from focusing on yourself and how you see yourself and how people are going to perceive you based on what you think about yourself, and also the work of serving others in the community, whether it's parents or students. That is very, very powerful.
Oftentimes we think about a professional development like your professional self is outside of your personal self, or that your professional self is a different persona. And I think that if you help teachers to understand who they are as a continuum.
The fourth one is the center of the energetic system, and to me, the place of deep justice is the right to love and be loved.
And then merge that with strategies to help you be a better teacher. If you're a better teacher with better strategies, the whole game changes completely.
How many of our students, how much do they hear that they're loved or that they have the right to be loved?
Once a teacher has been vulnerable, has wanted to sit down and been told to stand up, has been wanted to stand up and been told to sit down, has been told to look into another person's eyes, has been told to act and move in front of another adult in a way that's not intuitive, they are learning what learning looks like again. And that's what I want to be able to do. I want teachers to understand the science of learning. You know, you can't do effective teaching if you don't understand the emotional roller coaster that is learning, because then you develop an empathy for the learner. I'm coming in this work to learn with you, right? And if we learn together, not only do we get better, but we also model to young folks what learning together looks like.
It's about helping yourself first, equipping yourself, really doing the deep work in yourself so that you can do all of those things by nature of just being who you are.
So we're here today to build this system, in the words of Fat Joe and Remy Ma, like all the way up.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.